And welcome back, students. We're going to continue discussing static methods and static variables. Today we're going to take a little segue and discuss the math class. So math methods come from the math class, and the class math provides a number of standard mathematical methods. Now the class math is provided automatically and requires no import statement. Compare that to something like the scanner class where we had to do import java.util.scanner. Math is automatically included, so you don't have to do any import statement. It's just there. You can just use it. Now, some of the methods in the class math are described in the following pages. All of these methods are static methods, which means that you normally use the class name math in place of the calling object. So let's look at the first one here, which is how to do exponents. So how to do that is it's public static, double powered, double base, double exponent. So that is the method constructor there. So this will return the base to the power exponent. So an example of how to do that in your actual program, you would put math.pow 2.0, 3.0, and it's going to return as 8.0. All right, the next one is absolute value, all right, which is public static double ABS, double argument. Public static float ABS, float argument. Public static long ABS, long argument, or public static should be int, int, ABS, int argument. And this will return the absolute value of the argument. So a quick example, math.abs -6 and math.abs 6 will both return the value 6. All right, next is minimum, and you can do that with public static double min, double 1, double 2. You have public static float min, float n1, float n2. Public static long min, float n1, long n1, long n2. Public static int min, int n1, int n2. All right, this returns the minimum of the arguments n1 and 2, so it's a great way to do a quick comparison. So for example, math.min 3, 2 will return 2. All right, next up is maximum. Public static double max, double n1, double n2. Public static float max, float n1, float n2. Public static long max, float n1, long n1, long n2. And public static int max, int n1, int n2. This returns the maximum of the arguments n1 and n2. So for example, math.max 3, 2 returns 3. Right. Next up is rounding. And this is going to be rounding to the nearest. So public static long round, double argument. Public static int round float argument. It just rounds the argument, rounds it to the nearest. It's not rounding up, rounding down, it's just rounding nearest. So think of the rule of 5. So for example, math.round 3.2 returns 3. Math.round 3.6 will return 4. Next is the ceiling function, which rounds up. Our public static double ceil, double argument, returns the smallest whole number greater than or equal to the argument. So in our example, math.ceil 3.2 and math.ceil 3.9 will both return the value of 4.0, no matter what it's going to round up. Comparatively, we also have the floor function, which rounds down. Public static double floor, double argument, returns the smallest whole number greater than or equal to the argument. So for example, math.floor 3.2 and math.floor 3.9 will both return 3.0. Then we have square root. Public static double square root, double argument, returns the square root. For example, math.square root 4 returns 2.0. And lastly, random. Public static double random. This returns a random number greater than or equal to 0.0 and less than 1.0. So, for example, math.random will return a pseudo number that is less than 1 and greater than or equal to 0. So it could be something like 0.5556118. All right. Last thing to note is on constants. The class math also has two predefined constants, e and pi. The constant pi is used in calculations involving circles, spheres, and other geometric figures based on circles. And for our purposes, pi is approximately 3.14159. The constant e is the base of the natural logarithm system. So for our purposes, e is approximately 2.72. To use these constants, we proceed with the class name math and a dot, math.pi or math.e. And that concludes our notes for today, folks. So until next time.